Hey VC, Tony here with Big John. This is on location. We're in New York, not the city, but upstate. And what we did today is we each met at a different location, and we brought maybe 30, 40 albums that we thought were interesting. We're just going to show them. John's going to briefly show his collection, part one. On part two, I'll show what I brought. So I hope everybody enjoys it. John bought some great Japanese vinyl. You're not going to believe what you're going to see here. John, take it away.
All right. Well, when it comes to Japanese pressings, I first started getting into them when I was living in an apartment in Queens in the late 90s. So during that time, I would go into the city, and I would go to with my cousin, we would go out, and I'd go out, have a nice meal somewhere, and then I'd hit Tower Records, or I'd go into East Village or West Village and just look through either Sounds or Bleecker Bob's, or Tower Records had an amazing selection. And in those days, it was the height of the CD era, so vinyl was not that popular. Even though the imports were expensive compared to the domestic release, I would find some really interesting vinyl.
John, show us what you found.
Now, also, these albums I'm going to show you are from various different sources. After Superstorm Sandy, I lost a lot of my albums in the flood, so I bought some of them from a company called Vinyl Garage Japan or on eBay. We're going to start, I'll just show you a few. We'll start with this one. Rolling Stones Milestones, beautiful Japanese pressing. It's near mint condition on orange vinyl. I found this, somebody on eBay, I think I paid like $18 for it at the time.
I'll hold these up, John, because we're not going to take a lot of time showing the actual vinyl. We're just going to show the covers, the jackets, the beautiful obies.
Yeah.
This is a great record. This has hits on it. Under My Thumb, Time Is On My Side, String Cap Blues. I'll hold it up for a second.
It was released in Europe as well, so if you see a copy of that.
I think this is from Performance, it might be, that cover.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful one.
This is an original first pressing, Some Girls. Now, I have a couple sealed ones. Well, I have one sealed and one original, and I also have a Dutch orange.
Were these pulled in Japan too? They were? There's original. This is a Toshiba EMI.
1978.
It's very heavy.
Pressing.
It's like this is a heavy jacket. As well. Very nice.
It's the year before that. This is their 1977 live album. Great.
By the way,
album.
If you don't have this album, perfect. It's in a small club at the Macambo Club, is it? I think, or a few different locations.
Fantastic.
This is just a fantastic album. Ollie Brown on percussion.
Wow.
Bongos. Billy Preston on keyboards. Ian Stewart on piano. It says, we would like to dedicate this record to the memory of Keith Hardwood, those whom the gods love grow young. I love this album.
Yeah.
It's a double album. If you don't have it, pick it up. Relatively inexpensive on eBay, domestically, of course.
Now, the Beatles, Tony and I have talked about this album in an extent, but that's one of the best Japanese albums. And it's not the Beatles 65, even though the cover shows it. It's more of a greatest hits album.
Yeah, it's Beatles
and
number 5.
It's only released in Japan.
Right, and here's the catalog.
And it's still available. You could find it for under $30.
And this is a mono.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you bought from Japan, it may be $30, $40, but then shipping from Japan is probably an additional $30. So, but well worth it. There's different series. I have one. I'm going to show in part 2. That's Beatle number 5, but a different series. Really nice.
I would buy from a company called Vinyl Garage Japan because I lost a lot of albums, and I managed to rebuy them in 2013. And what I would do is they would post the albums at a low price, like 99 cents in Japan, and I would bid on them. However, the shipping cost was, $18?
Per record.
But if you bundled the record, the shipping, if you ship 5 or 6, then I got the shipping cost down to 10. And as a result, I would buy albums for Tony. I say, oh, Tony needs a copy of this. I'll get him a copy. But one album that I got from Vinyl Garage Japan, I wouldn't show an album without an obi, but this particular version of Hey Jude is amazing. It sounds incredible.
I'm going to pull this out because I'm interested to see what the label says, because this says Hey Jude on the jacket, and we know that the label actually had a different name for this particular album domestically. This is beautiful. It's in mint condition.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't pay a lot for that. With the shipping, I probably paid $10.
Hey Jude is on the actual Apple label.
I think I paid like $2.
And there's the
with a bidding war.
Japanese inserts.
It does say Hey Jude.
Yeah, it's Hey Jude. Yeah.
And the other one said the Beatles.
I think the other one has the Beatles on it, or we're with the Beatles, or it's definitely different. Okay, so what's up next?
All right, this one here. I consider this a major comeback album for the Who. The one before that was a good album. I liked it, but this album I loved. This is the Who. This is the best album with Kenny Jones, and I found a guy in Japan who had a white label promo, and I had to have it. Absolutely had to have it. So I ordered it and had it imported. And he sold it to me for like $25 with shipping. So
wow.
I said, "Oh, sign me up."
It's a great album. Eminence Front and Athena.
Yeah,
big hits on there. There you go.
It's one of my favorite Who albums. It's underrated, but the best Who album, which is one of the top 5 Desert Island discs, Quadrophenia.
Never gets old.
And in Japan, it was released on CBS Sony, so it's got the red Columbia label. In the U.S., it was on MCA, and in the UK, it was on Polydor. But this has the Columbia label. It's a fantastic record. It's got the book, the inserts, the whole 9 yards. And remember I said I used to go into the city and went to Tower Records, and they had an import section? Well, I managed to find this, and by a miracle, this survived the flood. This is the Dark Side of the Moon, brown and tan EMI label with all the books, the posters. It's near mint.
I love this obi.
And it survived the flood.
Now, what's 2,500 yen?
It depends on right now. 2,500 yen would be about $30 in today's money. But that's not what it was back then, because the exchange rate, that was probably a $50 record.
Sure. Oh, look at that one. Talk about this one. Look at that obi.
One of my favorite Floyd albums. I consider this a major milestone. Piper at the Gates of Dawn. This is how the world saw Floyd for the first time. It's a psychedelic album. It was banned for play on the BBC, but it still sold a lot.
Toshiba EMI.
Nice Toshiba EMI pressing.
And there's Sid. Very nice.
This one was a unique find. I used to visit my parents in Vero Beach, Florida, and by the movie theater there was a little record store, and in that record store I picked up a couple Pink Floyd albums. That one still has the blue shrink wrap on it. That's Wish You Were Here.
Sticker.
And the stickers in Japanese. That didn't have an obi. That had a sticker on it.
Very nice.
And it only has
you could see a little tear there.
A small tear.
Yeah, my shrink didn't survive.
Most of them.
Yeah.
You almost never see it.
I probably got rid of it.
Never see it with the shrink. Here's another favorite album. I think I bought that in the same store. The Richard Wright Wet Dream,
and this is also on Sony.
Yeah, that's a CBS Sony pressing.
Wow.
I have an American Columbia pressing, and I have a French pressing on Harvest. So he was on all labels, and of course, just like the Wish You Were Here, Animals with the hype sticker. I found this on eBay. I got this at a really good price. I had to have it. Had to have it.
Beautiful. I love that hype sticker. Look at that. Save your hype sticker, kids.
And the last of the Japanese is this one here, Adam Hart Mother.
It's a Hypnosis cover.
Hypnosis, just cows. It's an album with just cows. It was released, and there's nothing but cows on the cover.
Yeah, the company did not dig that. They wanted Pink Floyd emblazed. They said, "This is how we're putting it out." It's
Yeah,
on spine.
Hypnosis said no. That's
Yeah,
just,
I'm not sure if the U.S. has had hypes on them.
No,
Probably
the
later
original
on.
one didn't.
Didn't have a hype.
It was-
Okay.
Now, this one I also bought from Tower Records along with the Dark Side of the Moon, and I also had a copy of Obscured by Clouds, rounded edges with the beautiful copy. Unfortunately, they were destroyed in the flood, so I had
Sandy. That's Sandy.
I found them again on eBay. eBay is great. And
Show us the rest that you got from your last collection.
Okay.
Yeah, we have time.
All right.
And then we'll be into part one. We hope you enjoy this. I want to thank everyone for watching, of course, and all the subs that we have. Please comment. Let us know if you have any of these. Let us know what you think. And also, I want to thank John again for bringing his records out here so we could do this outside today. And what else do we have here, John?
All right. I vowed to hold off on buying albums, but I have two. I want to give a shout out to my two record guys who they know who they are. I'm not going to mention
Well, put
any
their
names.
names out. Put their names out.
Well,
They know who they are.
yeah.
We'll let them see the
But
video.
They go
We don't
around
we don't
looking-
actually want to advertise our source, if you know what I mean. That's collector to collector.
But-
I buy a lot of records from them in the past.
They take good care of me.
Yes.
Over the years, they've
Yes.
given me some amazing records, and in the last 6 weeks or so, I've gotten some really good albums from them. I wasn't even looking for vinyl. That vinyl was looking for me. This is what they came up with. Super Hits Volume 3, an original 1968 white label promo.
White label promo.
It was never played. I cleaned it and played it. It sounds absolutely beautiful. And what's on this one? There's Aretha Franklin and Sam and Dave.
It's a great sampler. I have this.
It's an amazing sampler.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, show the white label promo.
Yeah. Okay, what's up next? This is a rare one.
Yeah.
I have never seen this one.
This one is a
Sampler again.
another sampler, not a white label, but again a Columbia Special Projects label. Columbia Special Products, excuse me. Also, never been played. Beautiful copy.
What's interesting about this, beside Christy Minstrel's Chad and Jeremy, it has a probably one of the first times Mr. Tambourine Man was released by Bob Dylan. So it's hard to find Bob Dylan on a sampler. They didn't need to put him on a sampler.
He was
obviously.
already big.
He was big, so that's a really nice
I believe
one.
that came out in like 67, 68.
Yeah, okay.
No, probably 67. This one, a nice first pressing of Tres Hombres by ZZ
On
Top.
London?
London
American
pressing.
London, right?
Now
This is nice.
this is really nice.
This is really cool.
Original
I've never seen this
white
Johnny
label,
Hooker live at Soledad Prison.
White label promo, beautiful copy.
This has Bang Bang Bang, Lucille, Super Lover, I'm Your Crosscut Saw. I didn't know he wrote that. I didn't know he I guess he wrote that.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to play. I'll
Serve Me Right to Suffer. Here he is with the band, and what's cool about this was recorded by Wally Heater, his location recording van or truck. So this must sound really good. Very nice.
And it doesn't
White
look like it's
label
been
promo.
played much. It's a DJ copy. Here's a Bob Marley and the Wailers, had to have it.
On Kala.
Kala Records. Record looks mint. I haven't cleaned it or played it yet. And the next two, a couple Jerry Garcia albums.
This is cool with the hype upside down. Is this a promo too? That's a
No,
cutout.
but it's on Round
Yeah.
Records.
Oh, you know what's cool about this one? Ronnie Tutt plays drums on here. Ronnie Tutt, of course, toured with Elvis during the Vegas years. I love Ronnie Tutt just passed away a few years ago. Mickey Hart plays drums on here, so this. I have this record. I have to revisit it.
Yeah, but this one,
Hype sticker upside down.
I had a copy of that. I still have it, but it's the cover is split. This one has a gorgeous hype sticker, and the record's in beautiful shape.
Robert Hunter lyrics.
Solid VG.
Sugaree and the Wheel Deal. Wow, very, very fascinating.
Pete Townshend's first solo album.
You have to show him the label on that. That's the silver.
I have multiple copies of this, but I don't have this one. I had to have this one. It's a silver track label. You see that label? Silver label.
There's the inner.
It's a Decca. It's a Decca pressing. Before it was MCA.
You know what's funny? I have this record with the inner that's misprint. I think it's either T-Rex or Neil Young.
That's worth something.
On the inner. Yeah, if you like Neil Young.
Sure.
No.
Neil Young wasn't on Decca, so it had to be. Neither was T-Rex.
Well, T-Rex was on Reprise, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll let you take this one.
Well, this is the great Joe Williams with the great Count Basie. And how Count Basie got his name was somebody back in the day said, we have the king, we have Duke, and you're the Count. And Count loved that. And from then on, I forget, I talked about it in a previous video, but from then on, Count Basie was known as, Basie was known as Count Basie, the Count. And it's a great record. The great Joe Williams, I think, is underrated in today's standards, but he's up there with Bennett, with Frank. He's just one of the best blues jazz vocalists in my book of all time. Very nice.
And what's nice about this Count Basie is he was born in New Jersey, but he brought the sound to Kansas City. That's where the Count Basie jazz scene, the Kansas City jazz scene came from. Now this next one, my record guys threw in as a freebie. Normally I don't take the freebies because the record's usually not playable or it's just a cover. This one, well, the cover is trashed, but the record's in VG+.
It's a Rainbow Capital.
I don't have a Rainbow Capital Magical Mystery Tour, and they're very difficult to get. So I just threw that in as a freebie. All right, I'll take it. Original first pressing of Wheels of Fire.
On Atco?
No, it's not on yeah, it's on
Atco,
on the orange. What label? Maroon and brown.
Maroon and brown.
If I remember correctly, original Atco label before the yellow Atco label.
Let's go to the videotape.
Yeah, videotape.
Yeah, wow, very nice.
It's not maroon. It's magenta and brown.
Almost
Atco.
like a plum.
Plum and brown.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, an original first pressing.
Strange Brew.
Unfortunately, it's not the holy grail of Wheels of Fire, which Tony.
You mean Disraeli Gears?
Yeah, Disraeli Gears.
Yeah.
You have the
Reaction.
The British
mono
reaction.
and stereo.
Mono and stereo. I don't know how you got that.
I'll never tell.
This is a U.S. holy grail Genesis Foxtrot. One of the greatest prog rock bands, one of the greatest prog rock albums of all time. This was featured Supper's Ready, Peter Gabriel. I have to show you this label.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted
Beautiful.
a Pink Charisma Genesis record, and it fell on my lap.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, you never will.
This is mint.
Really hard to find.
This is mint.
He only charged me like $5 for this. Okay, I saw this album. I had no idea who it was or where it came from. Never heard of him. It's one of those rare finds. But we looked at the cover and it says featuring Jimmy Page. And this record was first pressed in 1969. Also, this has got the plum and brown Atlantic label. It's absolutely beautiful.
This may be one of Jimmy's last session jobs.
Yeah, this is between
Zeppelin,
between Zeppelin and between the Yardbirds and Zeppelin.
Right. Yeah.
This is after the Yardbirds and Zeppelin was just started. So they're a Scottish band, and this is a really nice record.
And it actually gives him credit on it. Yeah.
Don't worry about that later.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
the next album, Canned Heat. I don't have anything by Canned Heat. Canned Heat stuff is hard to find, especially original. Just landed in my lap. Really nice United Artists Liberty label. Original 1970 pressing. Fantastic. This is probably their first album after Woodstock.
Very cool. Love the cover.
And It's a Beautiful Day. This is a rockin' album. I know It's a Beautiful Day.
Never saw this.
Yeah.
Time strip.
Yeah, I know.
White promo. Wow.
They're known for their progressive era music, psychedelic era for their first album.
It's a big, bad,
It
beautiful
sounds like
day.
a completely different
Anytime
band.
with the clock.
It's a good album. It's a
Time waits for
rockin'.
no one. This was very nice with the book.
Yeah, Volunteers. That's a standard. I have multiple copies. But there's an original first pressing. I don't think it's ever been played. If it has, been played very little. It's got all the inserts. It's got the booklet. It's on a heavy orange RCA label, which they switched to Dynaflex. So it's a pre-Dynaflex Volunteers.
1969.
Great record.
And last for this segment is a classic with a hype sticker, which I've never seen.
Yeah.
Survived.
Promo Eat a Peach.
Nice. Yeah, in
Yeah.
those days, a lot of companies use these stickers. They're legit. Hype sticker, Eat a Peach, of course, we all know, legendary. Well, thanks, John. That was a great segment.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Please leave a comment. We'll be posting this later on tonight. And let us know what you think. Hope everyone's doing well. Keep rocking. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Ciao.